What are the odds that a day would pass without getting hot news from the sneaker industry? Do you think the sneakers in your closet or shoe rack are 100% authentic? Fake has become so common in the industry that it's tough to differentiate from real or encounter real. StockX is a common name in the industry, but recently, they've been in hot soup. We've heard rumors of StockX's destruction before, but this is the most recent one struck all the sneakerheads as a significant setback for StockX and the company as a whole. Nike appears to be stoking the fires on StockX. Nike has increased its legal action against StockX, the world's largest sneaker resale website, currently valued at $3.8 billion. The site is claimed to counterfeit resale sneakers. What will happen to StockX? Is this the final chapter? Where did all this begin? Stay tuned to learn more as we go over everything that transpired. Before we go any further, please subscribe to this channel and give it a thumbs up. Let's get back to the video without wasting any time. I'm sure some of you are wondering what StockX is. This is an online marketplace for buying and selling the newest footwear, apparel, gadgets, collectibles, trading cards, and various other accessories. Because the company authorizes every product sold, it has become more popular than any marketplace. When a sale is completed, the seller sends them the item to StockX for verification. If it is genuine, the seller is paid and the item is dispatched to the buyer. Otherwise, StockX will cancel the order. This procedure helps StockX stand out from competitors such as eBay, which only recently implemented a sneaker authentication service. One of StockX's business foundations is its credibility as a middleman who can check whether sneakers are authentic. Nike has contested that authenticity in its lawsuit, claiming that it was able to obtain fake footwear through StockX. The following day, the reselling platform issued a statement of defending its shoe authentication procedure while flinging some mud at Nike. The conflict began in February. Nike's original complaint against StockX, filed in the Southern District of New York, had nothing to do with the fake sneakers. Instead, Nike accused the platform of exploiting Nike trademarks without permission and effectively duping unwary buyers with Nike-inspired NFTs. In response, StockX claims that it has every right to sell the NFTs. Most StockX's Vault NFTs are modeled after popular Nike sneakers. According to the lawsuit, the acceptable language surrounding the Vault NFTs according to the lawsuit authorized StockX to redeem the non-fungible tokens at its discretion. On Tuesday, Nike filed a brief with the court requesting that the initial action be amended to include counterfeiting charges and deceptive advertising. After Nike filed the complaint, Nike's lawyers claimed that StockX changed some of its representations regarding its NFTs program to delete some of the distasteful conduct mentioned in the case. But Nike's criticism of StockX's verification method was far harsher. Nike claims it has gotten 4 counterfeit sets of authenticated shoes from StockX since December of 2021. Nike's lawyers claim they purchased a fake pair of the patent leather Air Jordan 1 bred from StockX. At first glance, the story appears to be just another example of Nike's excessive intellectual property protection. Nike sued the Brooklyn-based art collective MSCHF in June after the group issued Satan shoes with a drop of Lil Nas X's blood after the controversial song Montero by Lil Nas. Despite the fact that MSCHF had acquired and customized Nike sneakers, just like anybody could modify and resell a Ford Bronco, the matter was settled before it went to court. The new suit puts the relationship between a store and a manufacturer to the test, and it's in uncharted territory. According to Greenwald, manufacturers conduct regular counterfeiting audits and frequently purchase their items from shops. However, it's rare for a manufacturer to sue a retailer for selling counterfeit goods. But the issue is that StockX doesn't merely link buyers and sellers to complete a transaction and then let the chips fall where they may. Every purchase involves an active intermediary. StockX receives a pair of resold shoes and certifies that they are genuine, even adding a specific tag to indicate their authenticity. To make matters worse, if an investigation reveals that StockX was intentionally selling counterfeit items, it would be forced to pay 3 times the amount of a typical counterfeiting claim. Damages are notoriously difficult to calculate, but the possibility of having any potential damages tripled would be terrifying for any defendant. But nothing is black and white, and StockX could prevail in court based on the evidence and arguments offered. Grindwald suggests one situation in which this could happen. Maybe Nike is correct and the shoes are fake, but what if the counterfeits were so good that they couldn't be distinguished from the real thing? Would StockX then be held liable? She mentions how an industry may have a third shift where bootleg products are made on the same equipment and on the same materials as the original. They're virtually indistinguishable, and they may pass any tests StockX may conduct on them. Despite this, there are still unlicensed Nikes, so that draws a line. Nike may say that such a sneaker is counterfeit, yet the shoe was created by Nike. Because there are no perfect precedents, how a court would read the intricacy of all these elements is a total gray area. StockX presented Complex with data on their verification procedure after Nike accused the platform of selling counterfeit shoes. StockX claims to have spent millions of dollars on verification and claims to have a 99.96% accuracy record. According to the platform, approximately 300,000 products failed verification in the last year, totaling more than $60 million. StockX claims to have halted $50 million worth of phony sneaker sales by authenticating over 1 million goods per month. Human mistakes will always exist. Fake sneakers are becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish from the real thing. Gone are the days when all you had to do to tell whether you'd been deceived was submit a few images to a forum and show your peers. However, no one wants to buy from a site they don't trust, and many people are skeptical of StockX. All one has to do is look up StockX on social media to see a slew of complaints and horror stories from customers who claim to have been sold fakes and given no recourse. Although these are difficult to verify, they are far too numerous to dismiss. There have been reports of shoes arriving damaged. Recently, a video surfaced showing a delivery driver carelessly dumping boxes into his trunk. Well, that kind of shows everything, doesn't it? That was outside StockX's drop-off site in New York, but it's unclear if they're sold through the platform. I hope that Nike will reveal how they went about purchasing counterfeit sneakers from StockX. I'm sure you'd like to know too. Nike's decision not to disclose how it obtained the shoes in the complaint appears to be an attempt to obscure a realistic assessment of StockX's ability to detect phony sneakers. Nike also left out an explanation for how it believed the StockX items were counterfeit. There are employees at Nike who know what to look for when recognizing fake sneakers, but we have no idea what tools or knowledge they have that the general public does not. Are there any ways of determining authenticity that they use that are superior to StockX's? Could sharing those techniques with alternative platforms help more people? According to Grindwald, it will be difficult for StockX to defend themselves if investigations discover they are counterfeit because it will be bad for their reputation. They will be more concerned with the court of public and consumer opinion than the principle of getting it right. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Do you think StockX would distribute the 4 counterfeit sneakers that Nike bought voluntarily to customers? Given that it claims to have turned down roughly 300,000 products that failed authentication in the last year? Also, have you ever purchased a shoe from StockX only to discover it was a counterfeit? Also, if Nike wins the case, do you think this will be the end of StockX? Don't forget to thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Remember to subscribe, like, and leave the post notification bell turned on. Bye till next time.